My beloved son, my beloved daughter. Have you ever felt something invisible touching your soul, like heaven itself trying to speak to you, yet the meaning remains just out of reach? That feeling of time slipping away isn't just a fleeting thought today. It's a divine alarm. No, this isn't symbolic or meant to frighten you. It's an urgent call from heaven. Archangel Michael, the heavenly warrior, has descended, not by chance, but with purpose. He's here for you, for your soul, your destiny, your life, your choices, your thoughts. Everything is being watched from above. God has seen your tears and heard your silent cries. And now, all of heaven is moving on your behalf. But there's something you must know. Something too urgent to delay. Doors are closing. Decisions can no longer be postponed. The spiritual world is in turmoil, and you stand at the very center of the battle. Are you ready to hear heaven's message? This is not a coincidence. It's not just another message, it's a divine appointment. Listen carefully. This message can change your eternity. Archangel Michael is here to ensure you don't ignore it. Declare it now. Say, I am ready to hear the voice of heaven. Wake up. Heaven can't wait any longer. Today is not just another day. While you thought this was ordinary, heaven has chosen this moment to speak directly to you. Not tomorrow, not when you feel stronger, but now. There are times when God shakes the soul, and this is one of them. Many are spiritually asleep, trapped in routines, burdened by worries, overwhelmed by endless struggles. But today, I, your God, say to you, wake up. What heaven has planned for you cannot wait. Every second counts. Every minute is a divine opportunity. You've been walking dangerously close to the edge, close to eternal silence. The enemy wanted you asleep, believing everything was fine while your heart grew cold and your spirit dimmed. But I will not allow it. That's why I sent Michael, the warrior who fights for those who feel too weak to fight. He comes wielding a sword of fire to break the invisible chains holding you back. Do you know why you're reading this now? Because your soul cried out, even though your lips remained silent. You've sensed something greater calling you. That call is mine. Heaven has watched your tears. I saw you lie in bed without the will to go on. I saw you raise your hands and ask, where are you, God? And here I am. I've never been far. But there was one thing left for you to do. Wake up. I didn't create you to crawl through life. I shaped you with purpose and filled you with gifts. Now I want to use you. But first, you must rise above passivity. Lift your head and declare, I'm alive. I'm awake. I'm ready for what God wants to do. Michael doesn't descend casually. His arrival means heaven has declared an emergency, and that emergency is you. Wake up, my son. Wake up, my daughter. You are about to witness what you've never seen. You're about to feel my presence more deeply than ever before. You're about to enter a spiritual war, and you cannot fight it asleep. If you don't awaken today, you may lose something eternal. Declare now, awake. Heaven can wait no longer. Heaven is calling your name. A voice that knew you before you were born. A voice present in every moment of your life, even when you thought no one saw you. That voice is mine. Even when others ignored, judged, or abandoned you, I kept speaking. Even when your heart hardened or your prayers faded, I never stopped calling, because you belong to me. You are not a mistake. You're not invisible to eternity. You were crafted from my heart, formed with love, care, and divine intention. And I've never stopped crying out for you. When heaven cries out, it means there is urgency. It means something priceless is at stake. You cannot live as if you're just another face in the crowd. Your name has been called in heaven. Michael has heard it. The angels have heard it. Heaven knows you. If you've been feeling restless, it's not anxiety, it's not exhaustion, it's your spirit reacting to the heavenly summons, a soul awakening to a whisper from the throne. I don't shout like the world, I whisper. But when I cry out, the universe trembles. Today I have cried out for you, because I no longer want to see you tied down. I don't want you alone. I don't want you thinking your life lacks meaning. It matters. The enemy has tried to drown you in lies, saying you're not enough, that it's too late, that you're unloved. He's lying. I love you more than you can fathom, and that's why I've never stopped calling your name. Hear me. Every time you felt empty, every time you nearly gave up, every time your soul whispered for help, it was my voice reaching for you. This is no coincidence. It's my plan. I've interrupted your routine to return you to your destiny. I'm silencing the noise of the world so you can hear my voice, the voice calling out for you. If you listen today, if you choose to turn your heart toward me, you'll discover. You weren't lost. You were being sought. Write in the comments. I hear your voice, Lord. Archangel Michael has descended for a reason. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, heaven does not move without purpose. My angels are never sent without a divine cause. And when Michael, my most powerful warrior, descends, it means something monumental is at stake. He doesn't come for ordinary matters. He is dispatched when the spiritual battle has intensified. When the enemy has crossed boundaries he has no right to touch. When a life, your life, requires immediate intervention. Yes, my child, I am speaking about you. You may not have realized it, but you have been under attack. Silent, invisible, yet devastating. Dark thoughts, deep sadness, a sense of lost purpose, doors closed without explanation, broken relationships, dreams left behind. None of it was random. It was war. A war for your soul. And right in the heart of that battle, heaven has given you a sign. Michael has descended, not merely to protect you, but to fight for you, to claim you back, to remind you of who you are. Do you understand the gravity of Michael's presence? It means you are more precious to heaven than you've allowed yourself to believe. It means God has marked you as his own and will not let darkness steal you without a fight. I sent Michael not because you were lost, but because you're about to be rescued. With his sword of light, Michael cuts through every lie, shatters chains of oppression, and with one divine strike, he shakes the foundations of hell itself, the very powers that tried to destroy you. But there's more. He's here to awaken your calling. You weren't created just to survive. You were born to impact, to liberate, to shine in the midst of darkness. Michael has come to activate your divine purpose. Heaven is never mistaken. God never acts impulsively. If Michael has descended, it's because your season of spiritual dormancy is ending. It's time to rise. Heaven has not forgotten your story. I have not forgotten your prayers. That's why I've surrounded you now with my heavenly army. I need you to stand up. I need you to awaken. And with Michael by your side, nothing and no one can stop what I'm about to do through you. Write in the comments, Archangel Michael is with me. I am ready to fight. My dear child, pause and look within. Ask yourself with truth, are you really ready for what's coming? Because what approaches is not light. It is not a superficial shift or a simple improvement. It is a divine movement that will transform your entire reality. When heaven activates, nothing remains the same. My plans are not hindered by doubt or fear. I have chosen to move in your favor. But you must be ready, ready in your thoughts, ready in your spirit, ready to obey even when it's hard to understand. Many desire blessings, many ask for direction, but few are prepared to carry the weight of my glory. My glory is heavy, my presence shakes. What's coming upon your life will not be small. Are you ready to let go of the old? Are you truly prepared for everything to change? Because I do not come to soothe dead structures. I come to tear down walls, break cycles, and release captives into freedom. And that, my child, requires preparation, not perfection, readiness. Your heart must be aligned. Your will must be surrendered. Your mouth must be ready to speak what I place within your spirit. Many crave victory but refuse the battle. Many pursue the promise but ignore the process. But you are not just another face in the crowd. I have marked you for this moment. I've been preparing you in secret, in the silence, in your tears. Now is the time to show it wasn't in vain. What's coming will shake your life. You'll face difficult choices, necessary separations, and unexpected revelations. But do not be afraid. I will be with you. And if you walk with me, what seems like loss will become gain. What feels like chaos will become restoration. Prepare yourself. When the storm rises, you will be a pillar of strength. When others fall, you will shine as a beacon. I have placed a fire within you, and that fire will not be extinguished. So rise in faith, cast off fear, embrace your new beginning. Heaven is on the move, and you are part of this divine mission. Write in the comments, I'm prepared for what God has for me, my beloved son, my beloved daughter. There's an enemy working in your life that you haven't noticed. It's a quiet, calculated invasion, hidden and manipulative. The enemy does not sleep. While you rest, he plots. He does not shout or wear horns. He disguises himself. He blends in. He filters through your thoughts, exploits past wounds, hides in words spoken that you've never forgiven, and creeps into relationships that seem normal but contaminate your soul. Even when you're unaware, the enemy is active. He wants to steal your peace, not all at once, little by little. He fills you with worries, makes you doubt, convinces you that you're not enough, until one day, you stop praying, you stop believing, you stop dreaming. Wake up. Many of your internal battles don't originate from within. They are spiritual arrows shot from darkness. Have you felt tired for no reason lately? Carried a sadness you can't explain? Struggled with thoughts that diminish you instead of building you? It's because the enemy has been working unseen. But I am here, your God, to bring you out of darkness, to illuminate what's been hidden, to reveal the truth behind the masked attacks. That's why I sent Michael, because the enemy crossed lines he never should have. He touched what belonged to me. He touched my son. He touched my daughter. And now that battle is mine. You are not alone. You are not fighting in your own strength. Though the enemy is cunning, I am infinitely stronger. But you must open your eyes. Stop defending what's destroying you. Step away from what pollutes your spirit. Close the doors you've left open. Write in the comments, "I rebuke every plan of the enemy in my life." Because as long as certain attitudes, habits, or relationships are being fed, the enemy finds permission to enter and operate. You will not find rest nor move forward until you close those gaps. Today, I reveal what the enemy has been doing so that you no longer walk in the fog, no longer be manipulated in the shadows, so that you rise up as a warrior. And once you see the trap, once you recognize the lie, destroy it in my name. The enemy will no longer have power over you. The truth will set you free. Write in the comments, "This minute changes my eternity." My dear son, my dear daughter, do you truly understand the value of a single minute? The world has taught you that change requires years, that healing demands long processes, that some wounds are permanent. But I do not operate on the world's timetable. I am the God who transforms destinies in an instant, 1 minute, 60 seconds. That's all it takes for you to say, "Yes, Lord, here I am. Take me, change me, use me." And in that sacred moment of surrender, heaven shakes, hell's gates close, generational chains break, and lost stories are rewritten under my glory. This is not religion. This is not a formula. This is a real, living, transformative decision. The decision to surrender everything to me. Many wait for tomorrow, when they feel stronger, cleaner, more capable. But hear my heart. There is no better moment than now. Every second you delay is a second the enemy uses to plant doubt, steal faith, and whisper isolation. But you are not alone. I am here. I've been waiting for you, and all that I am. My love, my forgiveness, my power is available to you now. My beloved child, time is running out. Heaven has sounded an alarm for you. This is not routine. It's not general. It's urgent, personal, profound, because your soul is at stake. I've given you opportunities. I've sent you words. I've placed people in your path. And now, I give you one final call before a new cycle begins. Do not ignore what you're feeling now. That trembling inside, that mixture of fear and hope. That's my spirit awakening what was asleep. You are about to cross a spiritual threshold, an invisible but powerful line. One side holds your past. The other holds the fulfillment of what I have promised. You need to decide. You need to move. You need to respond before it's too late. Many continue to play with time, postponing repentance, delaying decisions, unaware that the enemy is exploiting this hesitation to sow deeper chaos. Wake up. I set the alarm not to punish you, but because I love you. I'm trying to save you from collapse. Your spirit is more fragile than you realize. Your choices carry more eternal weight than you understand. That's why heaven has begun to stir so powerfully around you. I'm stopping businesses, relationships, journeys, and paths, not to ruin you, but to rescue you. Do not be confused by my silence. Sometimes my silence is protection. When I don't allow you to move forward, it may be because I'm holding you back from falling. But now, I can no longer pause everything without your response. I need you to take action. I need you to stand, to say, "Lord, I hear you. Here I am. I will do your will." Because when you take that step, everything that's been paused will begin to move in divine power. My alarm is not a punishment. It is a loving cry from heaven saying, "Don't waste any more time. It's time to come back." Write in the comments, "I hear your alarm, Lord. I'm awake." You look in the mirror and see flaws. You look inward and see mistakes, wounds, failures. You compare yourself to others and think, "I'm nothing special. Why would God notice me?" But I want to show you something today, something that will transform how you see yourself forever. You don't see yourself the way heaven sees you. You see brokenness. I see restoration. You see ruins. I see sacred foundations. You see a shameful past. I see a glorious future. You see ordinary. I see heavenly. When I look at you, I don't see your scars as weaknesses. I see marks of battle, and I call you a warrior. Heaven does not see failure. It sees a story still being written. It sees a powerful instrument in my hands, a channel of salvation for others. You have no idea the potential I placed within you. This is not pride or vanity. It's divine truth. You carry gifts you haven't yet discovered, a voice that can set captives free, authority that's been buried under insecurity. And that's why the enemy has attacked your self-esteem so fiercely. Because if you ever see yourself as I do, his game ends. He wants you to feel small, useless, irrelevant, because he knows if you believe in who you are in me, you will destroy his plans. Today I speak with urgency and love. Awaken to your heavenly identity. You are not what they said you were. You are not your worst decision. You are not someone else's rejection. You are my son. You are my daughter. You are my delight. And once you see yourself as I do, you will stop living in fear and start walking on purpose. You will stop asking for approval and start living as someone chosen by heaven. Today, I return your spiritual mirror to you. Look with eyes of faith and begin to walk as one who knows who they are. You are not just another name. You are a soldier in my army. Write in the comments, "Lord, I want to see myself as you see me." There is a spiritual war raging over your head, whether you're walking, working, thinking, even sleeping. It's not fiction. It's not a metaphor. It's invisible reality, and it defines much of what you experience. Every negative thought that tries to dominate you, every temptation that appears when you're gaining strength, every door that slams shut just as you're about to move forward. It's part of the enemy's strategy, and it's not because you're weak. It's because you're valuable. You are a threat to hell. That's why you feel pressure in your soul. That's why sadness creeps in without cause. That's why confusion and stagnation suddenly erupt. The enemy has launched an attack over your mind, your family, your future. But hear me, you are not alone. I, your God, have dispatched my angels. Michael, heaven's commander, is fighting for you. Even when you cannot see him, every prayer sends reinforcements. Each time you whisper, "Jesus, help me," heaven activates. Spiritual warfare is not won through human strength. It is won through faith, through obedience, through total surrender to me. And today, I reveal this truth so you don't give up. If you are facing an intense attack, it's because you are nearing an immense victory. Hell does not battle what has no value, and if you're under siege, it's because of something the enemy cannot tolerate: your purpose, your calling, your inner fire. So put on my armor. Declare my word over your home, your children, your thoughts. You are in a war. for your soul. But do not fear. The one who fights for you has never lost a battle. Write in the comments, I fight this war with God, and I already have victory. Your soul is at stake. This is the hidden truth the world tries to cover. They disguise it in pretty phrases, but I will not lie to you. You are in a war for eternity. Your soul is not symbolic. It is your most valuable treasure, and the enemy knows it. That's why he tries to sedate your conscience, to distract you with emptiness, to drown you in noise, so you never think about eternity. You've been taught to obsess over your body, your money, your image. But no one tells you about your soul. No one warns you that every decision carries eternal consequence. Because if you truly understood what's at stake, you'd live differently today. You are not just surviving on earth. You are standing on an invisible battlefield where every word, every choice, every action shapes your destiny forever. Do you know why it's hard to pray? Hard to believe? Hard to move forward? Because the enemy doesn't want you to awaken to this truth. He doesn't want your possessions. He doesn't want your body. He doesn't want your emotions. He wants your soul. But I want your soul too. Because I created it. Because it belongs to me. Because I love it. That's why I fought for you. Even when you stopped fighting for yourself. I placed boundaries the enemy could not cross. I held back judgments you didn't even know were forming. Because your soul is my treasure. And now, it's time for you to choose. Will you surrender your soul to the system draining you, to vices slowly destroying you, to lies that tell you you're unworthy? Or will you surrender it to me, the one who formed you with eternity in his heart? I didn't come to entertain you today. I came to tell you a truth few dare to speak. Eternity is real. Heaven is real. Hell is real. Your soul is the prize of this war, but you hold the key. You decide who you open your heart to. Today, you can mark the destiny of your soul. Today, you can seal it with my Holy Spirit. Today, you can boldly say, Lord, my soul is yours. It belongs to you. I will choose you forever. And the moment you do, every shadow surrounding you must flee. Write in the comments, my soul belongs to you, Lord. I choose you. When God is silent, but heaven is moving. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, have you ever prayed with all your heart and felt no answer? Have you sensed silence as though heaven itself had withdrawn? I know that silence hurts. I know it may have made you feel as if I wasn't listening, as if my love had faded. But today I want to reveal something that will forever change the way you see me. Even when I am silent, heaven continues to move in your favor. My silence is never indifference. My silence is never rejection. It is part of a sacred process, a divine orchestration that unfolds in the unseen. Do you know what happens when you think I'm inactive? The angels still stand. Protection still operates. Spiritual battles rage on. Promises begin to take shape in the invisible realm. I never stop working. But there are moments when you need silence, not to feel me, but to learn to trust me. Not to depend on emotions, but to deepen your conviction. True faith is born in the silence of waiting. The enemy tries to convince you that silence means you're alone, that my love is conditional. He lies. In your quietest moments, I have been closer than ever. I've been working behind the scenes, arranging what your eyes cannot yet perceive. And very soon that silence will be shattered by a roar of my glory. Doors you thought were lost will swing wide open. Answers will rush in like waves. And everything you thought was stagnant was actually when heaven moved most for you. Don't let silence dim your faith. Let it fuel your trust, because if you're waiting, something glorious is forming. I am never late, never distracted. I have never forgotten you. Even in the darkness of the process, I remain the light that never goes out. Write in the comments, even if I don't hear your voice, I know you are working, Lord. The prayer. Heaven is waiting for my beloved child. You've prayed for help, healing, answers, protection, and I have heard every word, even the ones you never spoke aloud. But today, heaven is waiting for one prayer, the prayer of surrender. It's not eloquent. It doesn't need impressive words. It doesn't require you to feel worthy. It only asks for something true, from the depth of your soul. Not a spiritual performance, not religious repetition. Heaven is listening for these words. Lord, I can't do it on my own anymore. I give you everything. Do whatever you want with me. That prayer opens the heavens. It breaks chains. It makes hell tremble. It's when you break before me that I begin to raise you up in my glory. I don't want appearances. I want your truth. I don't want spiritual masks. I want your honest heart. That prayer changes destinies. It sets captives free. It looses what has been tied down. Many ask me to change their circumstances, but few ask me to change their hearts. And so they repeat the same cycles, carry the same pain. But if today you dare to pray, Lord, do your will, even if it hurts, even if I don't understand, I surrender to you. Then I will do what no one else could do. Surrender creates space for my power. Surrender dethrones fear and enthrones my presence. If right now, in this moment, you pray that prayer from your spirit, you will not end this day the same. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but it is more real than what surrounds you. Angels are writing about you. Above, there are eternal books, books that do not record superficial things, but matters of the heart. Spiritual decisions, sincere prayers, tears shed in faith. Your name is being mentioned. Do you know what they're recording? That you chose to return, that you heard my voice, that you didn't ignore the call, that even in weakness you lifted your eyes and said, Lord, here I am. Every heartfelt prayer, every step of faith taken in fear, every unseen act of obedience is being written down, not to condemn you, to honor you, so that when your time comes before the throne, the book of your life will testify for you, and it will be heard. This is my son. This is my daughter, faithful, brave, and redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. Angels record your battles. They see when you struggle to stand your ground, when you choose not to give up, when you resist temptation. And they write it down, because nothing you do for me is in vain. You may feel unnoticed, that your sacrifices don't count, that your prayers have been forgotten. But heaven keeps a record of everything, even the times you forgave when it hurt, the moments you gave out of scarcity, the times you spoke of me while fearing rejection. Your actions do not go unseen, and today I tell you, your faithfulness will be rewarded. It is written, and everything in heaven records will be remembered at the appointed time. So don't stop doing good. Don't stop seeking me. Every spiritual decision you make is building a glorious eternity. When your day comes, the angels will reveal the book, and I will declare with the voice of the Father, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Write in the comments, "I want heaven to write eternal things about me." End times. It's not the future, it's now. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, many believe the end times are distant, something to arrive someday. They think there's still plenty of time before prophecy unfolds. But today I speak plainly, without embellishment. The end times are not approaching. They've already begun. The signs are everywhere. Darkness rises boldly. Good is called evil, and evil is celebrated as virtue. Families are being torn apart. Truth is silenced. Hearts are growing cold. All of this was foretold. All of this was written, and all of this is happening now. But there's something more you must know. You are alive in this generation for a reason. You were born for this moment. You were formed to shine in the midst of darkness, to speak when the world is silent, to bear witness when others doubt, to be my light in the chaos. The enemy wants you to believe everything is normal, that spiritual urgency is unnecessary, that you still have time. But that is the greatest lie of our generation, the assumption that tomorrow will always be available. I am raising a remnant, a company of sons and daughters who will not quit, who will not compromise, who are unafraid to speak the truth. You are part of that army. So don't fall asleep. Don't be distracted by superficial things. You are living in the fulfillment of prophecy that generations before only declared in faith. And though many refuse to see it, though some mock it, even among my people, I continue to cry out, "Prepare, be vigilant, wake up. What's coming will not be easy, but for those aligned with me, it will be glorious. I need you alert, focused, and full of purpose, not fear. In these end times, you are my sign on earth. Even as darkness intensifies, my light within you will burn brighter, and he who endures to the end will be saved." Write in the comments, "I am awake, Lord. I am ready for this end time." Your eternal purpose has been activated. Have you ever felt destined for something more? Something beyond working, surviving, and routine? That feeling wasn't imagination. It was confirmation. Today, I want you to know, your eternal purpose has been activated. You are not an accident. You were designed with divine intention. Every part of you, your talents, tears, experiences, has prepared you for this very moment. You were marked before your first breath. Your destiny does not rely on titles, age, or human recognition. It is a calling from heaven. And right now, when you thought your story might be settled, I have activated it anew. You've been tested. You've walked through fire. You've wept in secret. You've fallen, but you've risen. And all of it has formed you for my mission. Do not expect grandeur in the world's eyes. Eternal purpose doesn't always sparkle. It transforms. It moves. It imprints the soul. Your purpose may be in the word that rescues someone, in the forgiveness that heals, in the counsel that shifts a destiny, in the testimony that touches an unseen heart. Every action guided by my spirit is a spark that ignites heaven. I didn't choose you to simply exist. I chose you to mark eternity. There are people only you can reach, battles only you can win, doors that only your obedience can open. Heaven is waiting. Don't say, I don't know what to do. Don't say, I'm not enough. Don't say, others are better. I chose you, and what I placed within you, no one else can fulfill. That's why I'm stirring you. You cannot remain silent. You cannot stay hidden. You cannot be neutral. This is your moment. Your purpose has been activated, and what's coming is greater than you've imagined. Just walk with me and watch it unfold, step by step. Write in the comments, I accept my purpose. I'm ready for what God called me to do. The final invitation. My beloved child, through these chapters we have explored profound truths. My call over your life, the power of forgiveness, the urgency of decisions, and the care of your soul. Every word has been a divine invitation, drawing you closer to what truly matters. Now is the time. This is the moment to act. God's clock is ticking down its final seconds, and today, more than ever, I invite you to follow me, without hesitation. No matter how far you feel, no matter how many battles you've fought, I am calling. This is your time to respond. Heaven has seen your tears, your pain, your struggles. Each moment is part of the story I am writing for you. Remember, your soul is a treasure I will never forsake. No failure is final. I always offer a new beginning. Do not trade your soul for the temporary. Do not let the world distract you from eternity. Today, heaven is waiting for your eyes. You are more valuable than you know. I have called you to something far greater than yourself. What you choose today carries eternal weight. When my clock strikes, I know you'll have responded in time. If these words have been spoken to you, declare it now. Write in the comments, today, I make the decision to follow God. This is my moment. Let your declaration be your commitment. Remember, no matter how time passes, I will never forget you. Stay on this path of faith. Seek my direction. Trust my purpose. May my peace, my love, and my light go with you, always and forever.